Poor people can make movies now. This is one of the worst things to have ever happened. Imagine a future, if you will, where the barrier to entry is driven to zero. Artists will not be able to compete in that market. It will be so hard to get money and fame off of it. The things that make art truly valuable. In this horrific future, people would only be making things as some bullshit means of self-expression instead of art's true purpose as an economic commodity to be traded. When the camera was first invented, the smart people knew that the dumbfuck painters would never paint again, because now people could just press a button and immediately have a perfect photo that would require no skill set or iteration by a human to achieve. Photography completely killed traditional art and replaced it with absolutely nothing. You can't see any element of the human soul in a photo because it's made by a machine. And that's why everyone unanimously agrees photography isn't art, and no one makes paintings now. With technology like Sora making easy photorealistic shots easy to create, people will soon be making feature-length films in their basement. These evil people think they should be allowed to produce things of high quality without having millions of dollars studio approval and thousands of people hired under them as cast and crew. Luckily, before we reach this horrific future, millions lesser artists will become unemployed. These talentless hacks who are not at the very tippy top of their industry will be let go and forgotten, leaving only the true auteurs, those who are already famous and successful and deserving. I hope we can enjoy this short window where high commercial art is filtered out for us before the technology is made cheaper and democratized, and we'd evolve into a sad world where so many diverse voices can be easily heard. This highly competitive era might unfortunately force people to see themselves as part of a collective community, rather than highly atomized, hyper-individualists driven by our glorious values of ego and greed. But there is hope. Advances in technology have historically led to an increase in wealth disparity. While lesser beings might now be making more art, it will likely become much harder for them to just exist and get their basic cost of living as the middle class is slowly eroded. It's important for us to be antagonistic, sardonic, and hostile towards these people as they go through this difficult transition. Some think that since some of these machines were trained on pre-existing, copyrighted material and have the potential for perfect recall, the law will come and stop them in their tracks. Just like how when the internet started, and products like Napster appeared, and our very techno-literate lawmakers.
How do you sustain a business model in which users don't pay for your service?
Senator, we run ads.
We're very fast to stomp out piracy, and the music industry never had to adapt at all.
It is clear then that if music is free for downloading, the music industry is not viable. All the jobs I just talked about will be lost, and the diverse voices of the artists will disappear.
It is obvious that there will be little need for any cultural shifts, and everything will stay exactly as it was. And yet still others fear this tech might be used to spread disinformation or be used for nefarious purposes. But there's an easy solution to this. This is why it's best to limit said tech to governments and large companies. Some people feel that this tech is on the verge of disrupting many industries, especially office and tech work, and it's bizarre that 90% of this conversation seems to be focused on artists. But this is simply because we are the most important people that there are. Realistically, not much will change. Technology has always followed an exponential curve, and we gotta be about done with it now. We went from blobby JPEGs to photorealistic HD video in 2 years, so it should level off soon. But unfortunately, The expanded reach for poor, low-class, and low-skilled people is already here. We stand at a crossroads, facing the terrifying prospect of a world where art is democratized and creation is accessible to all. This future, where diversity flourishes and voices multiply, challenges the very foundation of our current artistic hierarchy. In this brave new world, may we find solace in our shared resistance to progress and our collective nostalgia for a simpler, more exclusive past.